everyone, welcome back to Manifesting in Style. I'm your host, Avasalmaci, and I want to extend the warmest welcome to you all for season 2. I'm so beyond excited to carry on this podcast. I love doing it. I love hosting it. It means so much to me, and I just feel like we're having a conversation. I feel like all my episodes have felt like a conversation between you and I, and we're talking and discussing such important things, and I don't know, it's an awesome feeling, so I hope you guys feel the same way. The DMs I've received about how you felt about the first season makes me so happy. It makes my heart so happy, and you guys truly motivate me to the fullest to keep talking about what I love and to keep sharing with you guys different things that'll benefit your lives. Today, we're going to be talking about divine timing and what that means exactly, because I feel like we always hear divine timing, but what does it actually mean, and how can we incorporate it? Well, it's already incorporated. How can we acknowledge it in our life? To put in a short definition, divine timing means that you are believing everything that is happening in your life and that is happening at the right time for you. It's divine. The timing is divine. It's brought by God or the universe or whatever you believe in. It's brought by a higher power than us. For some such as myself, divine timing can actually be comforting, because if I believe something is going to happen to me and it doesn't happen to me, yes, I'm sad or upset naturally, like all of you guys would be, but in the back of my head, I'm realizing like, okay, maybe this wasn't the right time for this to happen. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but it means that the time, it's not divine timing. It's not ready for you yet. You may think you're ready for it, but you might not be. The universe places people, greatness, amazing opportunity in your life when you are truly ready for it. And sometimes I feel like I'm ready for something massive, but maybe I'm not. And the universe tells me exactly what I'm ready for, and I'm willing and openly accepting everything that is coming to me because I know that it's meant to come to me at this time. Trust in divine timing, because I know a lot of people don't trust things easily, but this is something that you could really, really trust and put your faith in, and that will essentially help you become motivated, because you know for a fact that when you want something, it will come to you at the right time. So it's kind of like a relief thing. It's kind of a comfort thing, because, you know, we can get stressed out about things and if things don't happen for us, but if we know that things will come in the right time, then we can all become more relaxed. So your goals are manifesting on your time. This is personal to you, because these are no one else's goals but yours. Focus on your journey, because we can get overwhelmed if something doesn't happen to us the first time. Like I said, everything comes with trial and error. Once you reach your goals in the right time, it'll feel 10 times better because it was meant to be at that time. And yeah, so some examples of this would be, I'm going to use a couple personal examples. The first example is something that isn't goal-oriented, just to show you guys the versatility of divine timing and how it appears everywhere in life. So I want to talk about friendships and relationships, because those are something that divine timing, I feel like, aligns itself with a lot, and something that we all experience in our lives. If you've been friends with someone and something doesn't work out, this has happened to me before. We think that someone is going to be our best friend for the rest of their life, and sadly, sometimes that isn't the case. But you realize that divine timing, the universe is working in a certain way, and it's telling us that right now isn't the time to be this close with this person. Maybe that person can stop you from advancing in your life. There's a reason why the universe does things. There's a reason why things don't work out sometimes, and at that time it can seem like a really bad thing, naturally, of course, but I look back now and I'm like, oh, well, that person wasn't meant for me. That person wasn't meant to be my friend. That person wasn't meant. I can't even imagine that person being in my life while I'm at such a high state mentally, everything like that. I hope you guys can kind of relate to that, because it's important to acknowledge, because without acknowledging it, it just looks like a sad event. But when you see it from the perspective that it is, it allows you to open your eyes and see why sometimes bad things occur in your life. And sometimes it takes time to see why they did and see why it's a positive thing. So here's some signs that divine timing is working in your life right now, and maybe you just haven't noticed it yet. So first thing is deja vu. I would consider it to be deja vu, but if you're laying down late at night and you think about a future scenario, which so many of us do. I always see it on TikTok and stuff where like, you're not a girl or whatever if you're not laying in bed like thinking about like certain things in the future before bed. Like that's how I fall asleep, is I think about certain situations, and it's kind of like fun because you can think about anything that you want, and most of the time it's always when I'm at my highest self. It's like what I'm thinking about. But when I'm thinking about it, I don't think about it as the future. I think about it as right now, as it could happen. This scenario could happen tomorrow. And I think that's essential to have that mindset that what you're thinking about isn't that far ahead for you. It's like you've been there before and you feel like you've done this scenario before, or even like this could happen throughout the day where like something will remind you of something, and that could be a time and an opportunity to acknowledge that your goals are so accessible and that in divine timing, they'll come at the right time. So it's like a sign that the universe, everything is on its way to you, and it's a sign that if you could see it this clear, then it can happen. Another thing is like meaningful coincidences, like angel numbers, spotting things that are meaningful to you. For example, if I feel like a lot of us have something, it doesn't have to be a number. Angel numbers, like they do not have to be a number. It could be like if you see a certain color, or you see like a bird, or you see an animal, I don't know, something, literally anything. It's personal, it aligns to you, and you guys only know the meaning of it. Like if I told you guys what mine was, then you'd be like, well, what does it have to do with anything? But it has its own meaning to you. And sometimes when you see something, you're like, oh, okay, like good sign. It's a sign. I should be here right now. I'm doing the right thing in the right time. And yeah, another sign is your gut instinct. Your intuition, the best tool in the world is your gut instinct, because it's something that you feel in the moment. You're like, okay, like I shouldn't be doing this, or I should be doing this, or I should say yes to this, or I should say no to this. Or like even just what you should do in certain situations. Like if you listen to your gut instinct 100%, like that is something that is given to us to use. It's real. When I'm in certain situations and I don't know what to do, I think about how I feel in that moment, and it's kind of like a cheat sheet. It's kind of like a tool, and it's like it's the universe guiding you to the right path. Now, moving forward, this is how you can allow divine timing to be in your life and to accept it. Like I said earlier in the episode, trust is a super important thing. Trust that things are on their way to you. Don't dwell. Lastly, meditation. I wanted to put meditation in here because it's something that you can do to acknowledge divine timing. And when you breathe, you're aligned. When you breathe, you're relaxed and your brain is calm. And it can allow you to have a clear mind whenever you get stressed. So if you have a bad day or something like that, take a moment to breathe, take a moment to meditate, do a guided meditation. Just take 10 minutes out of your life to do that, because it'll reset your thoughts. All of a sudden, you'll be so much more zoned in and thinking clearer, and your stress will be eliminated, because you have to sometimes just come back full circle and remind yourself what is coming to you. Sometimes when I get stressed and I breathe and think about things, I'm like, okay, wait, I'm doing this for a reason. What I'm doing in my life, I'm doing it for a reason. I'm doing it because it's my passion, and the stress is temporary, and I should let go of it as soon as possible, because at the end of the day, I'm doing what I love, and that in itself is amazing. I want to end this episode and all episodes moving forward with an affirmation that we can say together. A listener actually DM'd me this idea, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love that. It just really solidifies each episode, and it just ends it on a positive note. It's something that we can do together, and we're speaking positivity together. So today's affirmation is, I confidently and fearlessly believe in myself. Okay, breathe. I confidently and fearlessly believe in myself. Repeat that all day long today, guys. And thank you all for listening to the first episode of season 2. I'm so excited to grow with you all this season, mentally and spiritually. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing week. And as always, happy manifesting.